Hi, this is a foreigner living in the Philippines. We had a question from Antonio in Portugal, and he wanted to know if being out here and living in a foreign land in a greatly different culture and not having many foreigner friends made me feel isolated. Antonio, there's so much going on that if you're really feeling isolated, what's happened is that you've just turned in on yourself. You've stopped looking out, you've stopped looking around you, you've stopped taking in all of the magical things which are so different in this life, the one that you're having now, to what it used to be. And I found that the secret to continuing to find the place that you've moved to magical is to really be in the moment. I know that sounds a little bit new age, but it is actually true that you have to stop thinking in the past, thinking about old pictures, about old friends, about old anything. You have to stop that and start living in the moment that you are in. The only moment that you are guaranteed to have is the moment that you are in, and that has a limited time. So, do I feel isolated? No, I don't, because I've always been someone who is self-contained. I'm a writer, I'm an artist, I'm a musician. Although with musicians they actually go out and they play for other people, but a lot of the time they're alone. They're practicing, maintaining their skill, hoping to get better, so they're practicing, and they do that alone. A writer is an extremely lonely task. That's where you are in a room totally by yourself, and where you're so focused, even as an artist too, that the room itself just disappears. So do you feel isolated? Well, no, you're just alone, and there's a great deal of difference. So if you find yourself where you are feeling isolated, and this is not confined to foreigners in foreign countries, people all over the world feel lonely and feel isolated. How do they get over that? That's really the question, isn't it? How do they get over feeling isolated? Well, sometimes feelings of nobody cares come in on something like that. Well, if nobody cares, the first thing that you have to do is to go out and care about other people. You need to go out and help someone else. When you help someone else, that takes you out of your feeling of isolation. And when you help someone else, you do it for no return. So many times in the West, we always talk about exchange. Well, what's the exchange? If I do this for you, what will you do for me? And we lose by feeling that way. We lose by thinking that way. The most ideal situation that you can have is where you are able to give anonymously and not expect any return. A long time before I ever found my wife now, Beth, and I, like a lot of people, I did all of the dating sites and all of that. I had a set of questions which were impossible to answer, or to answer truthfully. And these are the questions that I put to people. The first question: could you do a great deed for someone and remain anonymous? That's the first question. The second question is, could you stand by silently while someone else took the credit for your good deed? Could you stand by and remain silent? And the third question is, could you then subsequently be a good friend to that person who took the credit without telling him that you know? So those are the three questions. Boy, You're a more advanced being than I if you could answer those questions truthfully and say yes. Nobody ever did. Well, a lot of people said, yes, absolutely, of course I could. I don't think so. Maybe Beth is the nearest one that's ever come to being able to answer those questions. Because when she told her story, or a set of 3 stories, when she was accused of being a thief, and finally was exonerated when the real thief was found, she actually went on to be a good friend with that person, which was nothing short of amazing for me, because in the West we always think about blame. Who can we blame for this? Who's to blame? And I found here that people don't really think that way. My mother-in-law doesn't think that way. She's the perfect example of a good Christian. I haven't met too many. I've met most of them here. So, if you're going to go anywhere and feel isolated because you don't have enough friends, then the solution is very simple. You go out and you make friends. Now, if there's a barrier to making friends, like language, learn the language. These solutions are actually very simple. They're not easy to do, but the answer is simple. You need friends, go out and make friends. If you feel that nobody cares, go out and care for someone else. If you feel that nobody is helping you, go out and help somebody else. So you become proactive, you become the helper, you become the carer, you become the friend. And once you do that, you cannot feel isolated. It's just not possible. Right out here now, we actually go out and try to help others. And in doing that, the rewards to us are enormous. The feeling that you get when you go out and help somebody is just tremendous. Somebody offered Bill, a friend that we've met since we were running our channel, said that he would like to send some little things to us, you know, and he asked us what we need, what we want, and I said to him, is there something that I can do in return? And he refused. He said, no. The great pleasure for me is in giving. There's another lesson again. You go out, you make friends, you're isolated, you go and mix with people. I mean on a meaningful basis. There's no point in going to the mall and walking around as one of the crowd. I mean go and find somewhere where you can do something for someone. The next person that you meet in the street, you could do something for that person, even if it was only to smile and say hello. They'll be very surprised probably, but they'll appreciate it. So I hope, Antonio, that this helps. I hope if you're thinking of coming to the Philippines that you will not fear or have concerns about the possibility that you will be isolated, because Filipinos are the most curious, the most friendly, the most smiling people that you will ever meet. I always say, my little catchphrase is, there are more smiles per mile. I know it's a bit corny, but it's true. You go out, all of the videos that we make, if we put anybody on camera, immediately they are smiling. They're just naturally friendly people and naturally curious. They'll know your business. They'll know. Sorry, I got a cold right now. They'll know everything about you in just a few minutes if you tell them, okay? So right now, I'm going to end off. I thank you for watching. I hope it helps. I'm a foreigner living in the Philippines.
Please like, comment,
that disembodied voice is my wife.
Share and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Please continue support on our channel. Have a good day and God bless.
And the same from me too. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.